Alright. Strap in, nerds. This is the unscripted story of Destiny. Starting in 3, 2, 1. So, like, a bajillion years ago or something, there was this group of aliens, or, what do they call them? The Hive. It was something else before. It was like the Krill. I don't know. Regardless, Hive, insect dudes, hierarchy of murder. If you live to like the age of, I think it's like 7 or something, you're considered a really old dude. Long story short, they spent forever dying. Live, die, repeat. Well, not quite. Other people were doing the living because you were dead. This was all until one day, magic space marble showed up. It's kind of weird looking. Kind of glowed a little bit. And then it sort of it was there. And these three sisters, I don't remember their actual names, so we're going to call them Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. No, this is not biblically tied in at all. They're just the first names that came to mind. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they go down into the void. More accurately, the ocean. Don't ask me how they don't drown. They never explained that. And they meet this thing. I don't know what it was. I don't care what it was. I think it's dead now. Regardless, there's a big thing down there. And it tells them, hey, don't go deeper. Bad idea. And they look at it and they go, nah. And they go deeper. They go so much deeper, they find worms. But not like little worms, giant worms. They got all these weird names like, Zol. And some other ones. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I don't even know if they were named. Regardless, a whole bunch of them exist, and they're dead now. There might be like one left. Maybe. Or two. Kind of depends on how you interpret the parasite. Whatever. Regardless, all dead, I think. They get the power of whatever, and they conquer their planet. And this weird space marble sees all this problem, says, fuck this noise, and it leaves. And it flies off to God knows where. And then, like, a whole bunch of years pass. Some other things happen. These dudes realize, man, universe sucks. Let's go kill everything and become one dude with a big head. So they do that, and they go around, and they start killing everything. It's taking forever. So regardless, like a bajillion years pass, and eventually we wind up in the year 2014. Welcome to Earth in 2014. It's way cooler because we allow astronauts to have guns. We get readings of this weird space marble. It's white, it's glowy, it's weird. It's on Mars. So we send 3 dudes to Mars. They are armed with generic space gun. They all have weird tread on their shoes. It looks like this bizarre logo with 3 vaguely pointed ends. It's more rounded than anything else. Terrible logo design. Absolutely miserable. Definitely won't be recognized by like a ton of people all over the planet. Regardless, they find this marble and then on Mars, and it's raining around it. And things are living. And then like a whole bunch of years pass. We don't know exactly how many because the lore is extremely vague. Bunch of time passes, cool stuff is invented, humanity builds all sorts of new spaceships, all kinds of new technologies. We live for like 300 years or something, I don't know. It's all amazing. And then it just sort of ends. I don't remember exactly what caused the collapse. So, just cool stuff happened, and it stopped. But during that cool stuff, we got this dude. You're going to want to remember his name. He was Clovis Bray, and he had 2 daughters, Anastasia, and the other one. So the 2 of them, or the 3 of them rather, collectively come together, and they realize, man, Earth sure is cool. We haven't had a tyrannical dictator in like a long time. We should build one. So they build Rasputin, a giant AI war mind, and they bury it on Mars. What could possibly go wrong with this? We will return to what could have possibly gone wrong here later. Regardless, this happens, some other stuff happens, we invent cool space guns. We learn that reality is actually really only like 5 things, and one of them is money. What the heck? A helicopter flying overhead? Whatever. Regardless, So all of that's going down. Collapse happens. Bunch of years pass. Warlords. During the Golden Age, forgot about this part, we created this thing called Siva. It'll be relevant one time and then never again. We're not there yet. Regardless, bunch of years later, humanity gets together, realizes, man, being an endangered species sucks. We should build a city under this giant floating marble. So we built a city under the giant floating marble. It was built by these dudes called Titans. Who are the Titans? Well, the Titans are a kind of guardian. They're big, they're strong, and they're generalized to be pretty darn stupid. Regardless, they built giant walls and helped build the city, which took, I don't know, a bunch of years to make. They don't ever explain it. Regardless, that all happens, and then eventually, after another bajillion years or whatever, again, the timeline is really blurry, but stuff's about to get real busy. So the year is nobody even cares. Probably like 2023. Why not? Just sure. Well, no. We can't be that close. Let's go 10,023. There. X number of years have passed. And we are now with the player. The legendary, the Guardian. You don't get a name. You're not that cool yet. But you pop up out of the dirt inside of Russia. So you're pretty well boned already. And the first thing you gotta do is you gotta break into a warehouse like a real Russian. You break in and you manage to get into the place. What's the first thing a real, true, honest-to-God Russian would do? It's very easy. You steal an AK-47 and you go and murder some bugs. So you do that. You pick up your thing, you start shooting some stuff. Then you realize, oh cool, I can punch things. I forgot I have arms. So you punch some stuff. Regardless, you do some things, and this big dude with 4 arms and a rocket cannon thing shows up, and he tries to kill you. You look at him and say, nah, and you kill him back. But like, way harder. It's so much fun. It's amazing. After that, you manage to find yourself a spaceship, and by find, I mean steal. And by steal, I mean totally legitimately acquire it from the person of which you have previously fell. Don't ask how many other people found it first and didn't use it. It doesn't matter. Regardless, you found a spaceship, and you go to the place called the Tower. The Tower is in that city that we talked about earlier, built underneath the giant golf ball. And now this golf ball is dead, and or is asleep. I don't know, one of those, probably, maybe both. It's kind of weird, complicated. It's there. It's big. It's there. And you meet all the cool new characters. We got Cade 6 and the Speaker. The other ones aren't relevant. You talk to these dudes, and they tell you, hey there. So we got this problem here. It's called the Vex. Don't ask about what they are, really. They're these weird robots that are totally not alive and or like this giant hive mind that's capable of looking forward and backwards in time, yet somehow we keep beating them. Yeah, so if you could go, like, make them not a problem, we'd be really grateful. So you go and you do that. You go around, you kill, like, all the things. In the process, you step into a war with Cabal on Mars. So you get down to striking out their leadership one by one. I'm not repeating the rest of this because I don't know it. Regardless, you fight the Hive, they lose. You fight the Fallen, they lose. Kind of. Not yet. We'll be back. Then you go off and you fight with, there's more factions, I promise. Brain's not working. So, yeah, you keep going. You fight the other ones. Oh, yeah, the Vex. I forgot. Yeah, the ones we're talking about. Eventually, you break into a parallel dimension, or Venus, I don't know, one of those. You go there, and you realize, man, this place sucks. So you kill the Heart of the Black Garden. Kind of looks like a giant amoeba, and it dies. This will be extremely relevant later, but, like, not for another 9 years, I think. 8, 9 years, something like that. So you skip forwards, like, you did it, you beat the thing. Small problem. Now we have the Hive. They're relevant again. And you think to yourself, fuck, I just killed them. Whatever, I got this cool new friend here. She's got 3 eyes, and they're made out of alien insects. Because she lost hers in a hole in the ground, because she's really bad at rock climbing. So is the rest of her group. So you go down into this hole, And you gotta do the same thing that she did, but like not screw it up this time. And you don't. Good job. Excellent work. This DLC sucked, just so we're clear. And then you move on. No more of the Dark Below. You go to the House of Wolves. Turns out this dude, I don't remember what his name is. I kind of skipped over this part. But this dude from the Fallen, we're going to call him Sam. Sam over here decides, you know what? I want to be the guy. I'm going to be the best of the best of the best, and everyone's going to listen to me. They don't. But he thinks that they're going to. So he gathers all of his guys together, and collectively, they make the House of Wolves, and they bring in all of the dudes together, and it's like, I'm going to be the leader of everything. We're going to take back that space marble, because that space marble ruined my house, like, a bunch of years ago, or something. I don't know, something the whirlwind, Reese, or something. Look, the story history of Destiny is long and complicated, and I kind of skimmed over a lot of it while I was reading all the Grimoire cards before this. Regardless, you guys set out and say, I'm gonna be the thing. And you go, nah, and you just axe him. And everyone realizes, oh man, he's not him. And then they all leave. And that brings you to the end of that DLC. And then you go to the next one. This is the good one. Welcome, my friends and companions, to the not the Dark Below. Crap, that was the bad one. Taken King, that's it. You get to find Oryx. So, you remember back at the Taken King when you killed this man-child named Crota in his weird space hole in another dimension or something with his own sword? Kind of beat him to death with a crowbar. Yeah, so his dad is mad that you did that, and he kind of wants to kill you and all of your friends. So he shows up on Saturn for some reason in his weird spaceship. And he arrives there, he gets into a fight with these weird other space aliens. I didn't mention them before because I don't like them, and they're obnoxious, and, surprisingly full of extremely, bizarre fan players? I like to pretend they don't exist. Basically, they're weird space elves with black hole magic. They're called the Awoken. They live on the asteroid belt. And they see the problem over at Saturn and they realize, that's way outside our jurisdiction. Let's go kill it. So they go out. They send all of their ships out with all of their soldiers. Then they go and they fight the ship. The ship explodes. Like that, the Oryx's big ship just... and everything dies. Well, except for, a bunch of relevant characters who just weren't there or had divine intervention or something like that. Regardless, if you weren't a named super important dude, you died. And that sucks. It's like, well, we gotta go fight it now. But how do we even get close? Well, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna steal the weird three-eyeballed lady's spaceship. And we're gonna get some prototype stealth drives from our bestest friend in the whole wide world, Kate 6. Single greatest guardian to ever live, don't check the history books. And he gives us these space drives. Thing is, we gotta go to a Russian space station to kind of find them first. But we do that. We find our space stuff. And then with our new space stuff in mind, we go to that spaceship. And it blows us up. Fortunately, we do make it. Downside, we are stranded. But you place down a beacon, you go in and you explore, you do things like, I'm gonna beat the main boss. You idiot. This is like a raid level boss, and you think you're gonna solo it? That's not gonna happen for at least another 3 weeks. So you show up, you fight this, you try to fight this thing, it does not work. Mostly because you can't even get to him. He's just in his own little space of existence. You're not allowed in there unless you have the magic key card of his firstborn child's blood, which unfortunately you killed him. Upside, a bunch of witchy nerds are trying to bring him back to life, which means you can steal his blood from them. So you go, you do that, you get the blood, you come back, you go through the portal, and you realize, this dude looks like Batman, but cooler somehow. So you fight this dude on his own territory in his own spaceship, with his own weapon. And he beats you. And he beats you and he beats you and he beats you. And then you remember the cutscene ended like 2 minutes ago, and you should probably start fighting. So you fight him. And you win. It's really cool. It's high stakes. It's intense. And then he kills himself. So then a raid happens later, and like 6 dudes come together. They jump around some plates a bunch of times. And then like he dies. It's like the best raid ever, I guess, according to some people. Not my preference. I prefer a different one, but let's neither here nor there. Anyway, getting back on topic, bro's dead. Eventually. His corpse will be found a lot later. It's not relevant. Nothing comes of it. Oh, God, I've been talking for 15 minutes and haven't taken a break. Fuck, I'm thirsty. God, it's hot in here. Oh, sucks. I really need to cool down this room. Anywho. So, he's dead. All the story for Destiny at this point is practically wrapped up with a nice little bow. We're done. We've done it. We can go home. Except, nah. You remember this crazed dude who's been running this weird game show where you murder all of your friends? Yep, he showed up and he's got a problem. His house has been taken over by some weird robot eyeballs. So he hires you to go check on it because he's too lazy to go do it himself. He's got people to watch kill each other. So you go there, you find this thing, and it's red this time, which is weird because you're pretty sure you killed him already because you did. It happened a while ago. His name is Sepix, but he dies and he comes back and then you kill him again, but not yet. That comes later. And then bro shows up because he realizes, maybe I should check on my own house. So he comes over, looks at it, it's like, wow, welcome to the Iron Lord's Temple. My name is Lord Salad Dance. I'm super cool, super important, and have a pretty rough sounding voice. Not a good rough, like I really should stop smoking sort of rough. It does not sound good, but it's very in character, and we've kind of gotten used to it. So no hate on his VA. Just not my kind of thing. Regardless, you work with him. You find out that this thing called Siva, which we thought was dead, is back and better than ever because the weird dudes from earlier, the Fallen, have found it. It was the House of Devils, I think. Now they're the House of Devil Splicers. And now they're like super duper strong or something. One of them even turned himself into a spider. Don't worry, he dies later. And they bring back this dude. They bring back a guy. His name is Tanix. He's died like 5 times. Just won't stay that way. But they bring him back and you kill him. Good job, bro. You're doing amazing. You go on further. You get into the hole. You learn a tragic backstory of all the other Iron Lords. Nobody cares. Give me their cool little medallion that lets me get a triple jump or a perfect radar or whatever else, and I'ma just leave. So you do that, you grind your absolute brains out for the next forever because this is literally the end of the game. And next year, the next game's going to come out with Destiny 2. Regardless, you go into this weird bunker in the ground, you see the big problem and go, oh, shit, that's big and bad. I should probably kill it. And you proceed to do so with a giant flaming axe. It's super cool. You grind this mission over and over and over and over and over and over and over with was it 3 coins or glass needles? I don't remember. Whatever it was in Destiny 1 to help you get like a bunch of free exotics. You'll get used to it. It's pretty easy. It's pretty fun. Go. If you haven't tried it ever, go do it. It's a great DLC. Word of warning though, Destiny 1 is basically dead. Otherwise, that's the end of Destiny. Age of Triumph shows up. Nobody cares. Moving on, you go to Destiny 2. What's the first thing that happens to Destiny 2? Everything is fucked. That's basically how we're starting things out. Weird thunderstorm, everything is evil. We're all gonna die. We're off to an amazing start. So you arrive in the middle of your house is on fire and exploded. And these weird space rhinos called the Cabal. Yeah, the ones that haven't been relevant in 4 years? Yeah, they're actually going to go do something for once. That's cool. So they go out. Or rather, you come in. You land. You start mopping everyone's tail ends like, haha, I've beaten you, I beat you, I beat you, I beat you. You find Lord Shax, who's in charge of like all the qualified legal murder that happens. He's got a sword that you will never get because Raised Lighter has never been added to Destiny 2, which is fine because it's been relegated to every single sword in the game. You will be missed, buddy. Anyway, so he opens the door for you. You find all the other people, and you find the greatest hacker in Destiny history, Ikora. You will come to realize Ikora is the most broken character in this entire franchise. Because she keeps rapidly throwing out supers like mad, like obvious. She's not even trying to hide it. But she shows up. And there's also Zavala. Don't worry, he dies like 4 times. It's fine. Remember, he's the one in charge of everybody and is the most qualified person in the world to lead us. No. He's good, but he's not that good. Anyway, you move on from there. You do some stuff. You meet Gaul. He's big. He's big. He's tall. He's got an ugly face. And he throws this weird bird cage on your golf ball, and now you've lost your space magic. Oh no! And he kicks you off the tower. You fall like way further than anyone should ever be able to survive. And then you do. You get up. You limp through a situation. You find your buddy. You ghost. Yeah, you've had a ghost this whole time. Don't worry, it's not your ghost. Well, it is your ghost, but you're not dead. Well, I guess you are. It's complicated. Weird space magic techno jargon thing may or may not sort of be alive. It's kind of up in the air, if we're being entirely honest. Regardless, you get together, you make your way out of the town, you listen to some of the best music in the franchise's history. I cannot believe they fired that guy. Anywho, you guys go out on your epic quest of epic proportions. And eventually you find a girl. Her name is Soraya Hawthorne. Don't get your hopes up, she's not that pretty. I don't think I'm going to be showing any visuals for this. If I am, that's amazing. If not, enjoy this static picture of a llama. Anyway, so you go out, you've done all this stuff. I do apologize for the long pauses and things. I gotta like relocate my brain. It's getting really hot in here. Jesus. Anywho, you go out, you find yourself on the farm, where you meet Tyra Karn. This will be the first and last time she is ever relevant. She teaches you how the engrams and stuff work. This will be changed a lot down the road, so just ignore her. In fact, don't even bother learning about her because she's gone now. She's just completely been erased from the game. After going to the farm, you find this chunk of the Traveler. Don't ask why it's here. We don't know either. But it's there, in the dark forest, in the spooky woods. You go there, you touch it, you get your magic back. None of this makes a lick of sense, but hey, sure, whatever. You also don't tell anyone, so none of your bestest friends get their powers back either. It's just you. So you go out, now with your epic space magic, and you rebuild a band of heroes. The first one you find is the useless one who died a bunch of times at the start. Lord Zavala, that was his name. You find him. You find the Titan leader on Titan. Ironic. You convince him to help him by, like, killing a bunch of stuff. And then you go to Io. You haven't been there yet. It looks like Venus, but it's not. You go to Io, you meet this dude. His name is Asher Mir. Absolute Chad. God, I miss him. But with him, you also find Ikora Ray, the hacker I mentioned from earlier. Not technically a hacker in universe, but like, it's mean. I wish I could throw that many supers. It was cool. Anyway, so you find them, and then you go and you find, Cade. Yeah, you find Cade again. He's stuck in a teleporter on a world called Nessus. I don't think it actually exists. Every other world we've gone to so far has actually exists, barring the weird spaceship of the Oryx. Oh, jeez. I don't even know if you heard that one. Next, all of my bones are stiff. Christ. Anywho, continuing down our road of insanity, we find Cade. We get him on, and with Cade, we meet Failsafe. Another one of the greatest characters in this franchise, and I kind of wish they did literally anything with her. And her evil sister. Good luck figuring out which is which. They're both pretty bitchy. Either way, with the party back together, you come up with a plan. The plan is, these dudes are going to come together, and they're going to provide a distraction. Well, you go in and do literally everything else, because you're the main character. You've got this. You've killed like a bunch of gods before. It'll be fine. Oh, but before you can do that, you gotta go to the fucking sun and prevent the sun laser from being sunned. It just sort of sits there and is not relevant for another 2.5 years. Regardless, you go back down to Earth. You hop on Gaul's turbo spaceship, where you've learned another one of the best characters with the best lines in the game is dead. God damn, Speaker's dead. Oh well. Cool, man. Family's listening to her. They're watching like Rudolph downstairs. Jealous. Anyway. So, you fight him and you win, obviously. You're the main character. You've got this. But then he goes up to the giant space marble and he gets all of the superpowers at once after he's dead. Then the marble wakes up, looks at him and is like, nah, broski, fuck you. And he just fucking nukes itself. Wipes bro from the face of reality. He will be seen one more time ever. And then he is never relevant again. Kind of. Except for like one time a long while later. But at that point, he's literally a hallucination in your own brain. So I don't know if that one really counts. Regardless, continuing on. He's dead. Good job. Now you get to the first expansion, Curse of Osiris. Then you get to the section expansion, Warmind. We're ignoring Curse of Osiris. Nothing happens in Curse of Osiris. We go to the Warmind and you meet Anna Braid. This is where we learn about her, like, for the first time. She exists. She's cool. She talks with the Warmind. She's not crazy. You're crazy. Talking with a robot is totally normal. Anyway, she taught this robot how to speak. He only speaks Russian. She taught him how to like art and music. He mostly only likes ballet. And he's also like the single most destructive force in the solar system at this moment in time. This will change down the road, but whatever. Anyway, continuing on our little rampage of insanity, you go to him. He's cool. You do some stuff around the area. You get one of the best activities to just mess around with in Escalation Protocol. It was a lot of fun while it existed. Kind of want it to come back. Oh well. So, all of this stuff happens. And then we move on to the next major DLC. These last two are just small, little ones. We go to the major next expansion, which is Forsaken. Welcome to Forsaken. There's a prison problem. Oh shit. So your bestest friend Cade, and this other one, her name is Petra. She's been relevant for a while now, but she mostly just sat on the sidelines giving you bounty cards for dudes she kind of wants you to just go and murder. But now she's super duper relevant for the next few weeks. And then she drops off the planet for the next while, but she comes back later, so don't worry. Anyway, you got your buddy Cade. You go through some shenanigans, murdering all of the prison inmates because, oh no, they got out and it's too hard to get them back in cages. Better just kill them all. Ignore what they were in here for. They all die. And there's this dude named Spider. He's supposed to be, or not Spider, Varix? Vasix. Pretty sure it's Varix. I don't know. You find Steven. Steven's been out here. He's been running this place for the last forever. But he bailed. He's not dealing with this garbage. He left his own little mini eyeball here to sort the problems out. Not doing a very good job, if you haven't noticed. So, his marble, your buddies, You go in. And you realize, oh shit, there's a problem at the bottom. So you, doing the normal thing, start to make your way down toward the bottom. Your friend Petra starts making her way to the bottom too, but she takes an elevator, so she's getting there a little bit faster than you are. And your buddy Cade, well, he's in a hurry. So he cuts down the ceiling fan and drops the whole way to the bottom. Goes about as well as you would expect. He finds all of these cool dudes at the bottom, most of which he arrested in the first place. He fights them, super cool, epic cutscene, and then he dies. Well, that's the end of him. Godspeed, Cade, you will be missed. Either way, you get down there later and you realize, oh man, the one redeeming quality of this entire franchise is dead. Well, time to go avenge his murder and do the last good thing this series has going for it. So you go do that. You fight off all of the barons. I think there's like 7. Or was it 13? I don't remember. You fight all of them in almost whatever order you want. Or maybe it is whatever order. I don't know. They got rid of this one. You notice how I talk about, like, you used to, old, had been. Yeah, they got rid of, like, everything I've talked about up to this point. And a little bit more. Regardless, you go out, you capture all of these people again. And by capture, I mean murder, because you're here for revenge, not justice. So you go, you do all these things, it's amazing. You avenge your buddy's murder, and you realize, oh, fuck. There's a dragon here. I'm gonna kill the dragon. Except you can't kill the dragon because some other stuff happened, and now the last, city for the Awoken, yeah, it's got, like, some weird evil space magic in it. We're going to fix it, but it's going to take a few years. Continuing on, you locate some new buddies. Some other season happens. This dude named the Drifter shows up. He's relevant a little bit for a couple times, but his game mode is just completely ignored altogether by Bungie for the next years. There's a counter for this mode and how it got its last update, and it's literal years. Jeez. Either way, continuing on. So his season happens. A season about guns and the Black Armory happens. None of this is terribly relevant. Some other stuff, yada, yada, yada. Then we get Shadowkeep. Shadowkeep's cool. Shadowkeep is a DLC that's based on one of those 3 sisters that I talked about earlier. Yeah, you know Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? They got like new names after they became big and strong or something. I don't know. Their new names are Oryx. Yeah, Oryx is actually a girl, or maybe a guy. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I've never quite figured it out myself. The second one is... what was her name? Crap. Which one? Savathun. And the last one... I forgot her name. God of War in Destiny. Hive God of War. Name is completely escaping me. So Kratos. We're going to call her Kratos. The last one, so you have those 3, and this one follows the story of Kratos, kind of. Or was it Hashladoon? I think it's Hashladoon, actually. You go to the Hive Moon, you find this big red pillar. Don't ask how it got there. Don't ask how no one noticed its construction over the last bunch of years. It's just sort of sitting out there in the open. We're very stupid. But we go, we find it, it's big, and we decide, you know what? I'm gonna kill it. So you go in, you go to the top, you kill it. Good job. All done. What's that about the raid? Oh, the raid is an entirely unrelated section that's based on nothing we've talked about whatsoever, except for one tiny side mission. It's also not relevant, and I don't care. In that, however, you will kill the Sanctified Mind, and I think he comes back at some point to be relevant to the story. I don't know. I don't care. I didn't like Shadowkeep, to be all that honest. Then some other seasonal stuff happens. I don't know. I kind of zoned out at this point. Something about time travel and parallel universes, and then we brought a dead guy back to life, so that's cool. Either way, that leads us eventually onto the next DLC, which is Beyond Light. And it introduced probably one of the most hated, not the most, but one of the most hated things into Destiny, Shatter Dive. This is not lore relevant in any way, shape, or form, but people were pissed. Eventually it did get nerfed, but it did take like 2 years for it to finally get balanced properly. Anyway. So in this one, we have a new person. She's going to be the next big thing, the next leader of all of the Fallen. That's right, they're back again for like their third run at this shit. I don't remember what the hell her name was. We're gonna call her Mary. So Mary gets this cool space rock from the weird alien evil triangle, and she shows off that it can freeze things. It is a pocket freezer. This will be relevant for the next, 20 minutes before completely dropping off the face of the planet because nobody cares. That's a lie, but it's really not all that powerful anymore. Anyway, continuing on with what we were talking about. Hot. Good Lord, fuck me. 36 minutes. Good God. Yeah, this is all one take, by the way. We go out. We find her. We fight her. We win. Yay! But we got our own ice powers along the way. Woohoo! Good for you. You did the thing. You can now make tiny glaciers for a little while. Out. Thank you. I don't care. Fine. Take it. Whatever. Regardless, continuing on our little escapade here. So, you did it. You beat Mary. Good job. She's frozen into an ice block. She'll get out later, but it's going to take a while. Continuing on from there, we leave ourselves into more seasonal stuff. Something. Witch Queen. That's right. The Witch Queen. She's a thing. That's that Sabathun, the one I was talking about earlier. So what she does is she makes her own world, blackjack, hookers, and an evil space demigod who wants to kill literally everything. Not that one from earlier, different one. Yeah, not the one from like 30 minutes ago. Holy shit. Yeah, not him. Different one. This one's red. We call him Rulk the Bulk. Man will kick you to death with high heels and JoJo references. It is amazing. What was I talking about? Witch Queen. That's right. You go to her place, you look around, you learn the evil magic of like looking at stuff just that little bit harder. During all of this, you manage to find out how to kill her. The answer is bring her memories back. Yay! Also, fuck! Now she knows how to do all the things again and remembers her plan because she forgot and was actually trying to do good stuff. Man, could you think about that? A bad guy thinking they're the good guy, but the good guys do some accidental bad stuff, and now the bad guy remembers they're the bad guy. Wouldn't that be so stupid? Yeah, we're going to do that again later. Regardless, her whole story happens. We bring her up to speed on what's going on. This is where we learn all that crap from like the very start of the video about like old ancient garbage. Yeah, that's where we learned all that from. Regardless, continuing on our little escapade to get her a little bit further. That happens. Some more seasonal stuff happens. I'm not even like paying any attention at this point because nobody even cares if we're being completely real. I just want to wrap this up. I'm getting way too damn hot. I should have waited a couple days. It's supposed to get colder. Anyway, so that happens, and then we go to our next DLC, which is was it Lightfall? No, it wasn't Final Shot. Yeah, it was Lightfall. Which introduces us to some techno nonsense. And hey, guess what? You're not the only humans left. Except you are. All the other humans have been programmed into machines because people are too hard to program when you gotta shoot past them. Yeah, that's just not something that happens. There are no civilians to worry about on this entire city because they are all digitized people with exactly one personality. and it sucks. Regardless, you find yourselves a good character, and then he dies. Kind of forgot what his name was. And there's the other character. I don't like him. He stays super relevant for like a long time. I don't like it. With him, we do some stuff. We do yada yada. We go and we fight Callus. Yeah, he's a character. Kind of forgot to mention him like a long time ago. Wow. But yeah, he was the old king of the Cabal before what was his name? Gaul. Yeah, before him it was Callus, and then he got kicked out for being like too much of a lazy fuck who just wanted to have like parties all day, every day, forever. So now he's a servant of the ultimate darkness, and you kill him. Then some other stuff happens, and now we're like basically on the doorstep of the final part of this game. Except Bungie kind of made a massive fuck up, fired like a whole lot of people, including the composer for the game. People are pissed off. I don't have very high expectations, and we're not quite sure how this is going to end. That's a lie. Cade's back. People are gonna like Cade, maybe. But yeah, that's basically the story of Destiny summed up in, what are we at, 41 and a half-ish minutes. So if you like this, be sure to like and subscribe, because I might do more of these for other franchises. I'm not drunk. That could be fun. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you, I don't know, some other day, I guess. See ya.